Okay, I think we did it this time. Yeah, my phone was giving me grief earlier, so I guess it wanted to do it one more time. So, hi everybody. Hey, it's Linda Anderson here from Linda Lou Creates. Thanks for hanging with me with some technical difficulties. And tonight I wanted to just share, I received this gorgeous, fun, absolutely love it card from a good friend and my downline, Beth. Now, Beth, we did this during an event that we hosted. She demonstrated this card, and I absolutely loved it. I notice I say kind of, joking with her when I said, well, you do have my address, and boom, it showed up in my mailbox. So I wanted to go off of this sketch because I really, really liked it. Then I'm the kind who likes non-traditional colors. So this is the card that tonight is all based on. Let me bring in the card samples then that I did from that. So here we have one. Again, I'm loving the non-traditional colors. Here we're going a little monochromatic. And then this one was a happy accident. Now you probably can see the same sketch with it all. And there are many other versions of this that you could do. So let me just kind of go through my thought process and what all was done with this sketch. And share also the bundle that I'm using. It's called Lucky Clover. Can find it in the mini catalog. The bundle is the stamp set and punch. Now, bad news. The punch is no longer available. It's sold out so quickly that they would not be able to get any more in time for St. Patrick's Day. But it cuts out this large shamrock, and that could easily be cut out by hand. So I know I'm not the one who likes to talk about cutting out by hand, but you definitely could with that. So, all right, so let me show you my samples then, and let's get to making them. So like I said, I just love non-traditional colors for holidays. I always try and challenge myself to do that. So here I have a piece of Calypso Coral. It is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. All the card bases, that is the measurement for them this time. So it is this landscape version then. Now inside I have the piece of white, which again, all of these measurements are the same, 5 1/4 by 4, using the sentiment from the stamp set as well as the smaller shamrock then too. I pulled in the Dandy Designs Designer Series paper. It is part of the celebration. A qualifying order, $100, gets you this huge pack of paper. And so I decided to cut this piece and then highlight the colors that are within this. Now this measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Now I have these 3 strips of cardstock Calypso Coral, 1/2 inch by 4 1/4. Petal Pink, 3/4 inch by 4 1/4. And then Mango Melody, 1 inch by 4 1/4. All right, so let's go ahead and let me get this all put down. I'm going to move that off to the side. And I'm going to get going on getting everything put down. So let me find my glue. There we go. And so I hope everyone is enjoying the, do I call it a heat wave here in Pennsylvania? I mean, we had single digits yesterday, and now it's like, oh, okay, maybe I'll start to warm up a little bit. So it was in the 40s at one point today. So that definitely made me happy. So tell me what it's like in your neck of the woods as far as temperature. Is there precipitation happening? Kind of what's going on there. All right, so there's that 4 1/4, 3 1/4. So now I'm just going to come through with the strips here. I know this one's going to be hard to see since it's the Calypso Coral, just like the card base. But we're going to go ahead and just put it right up against that DSP. And then keep going here now, the petal pink. This is the one that's 3/4 of an inch wide. Goes the entire length of the card. This is not what I normally do. And because I normally have that, oops, let me get this back up here. This is one of the things that's good and bad with the liquid glue, is it moves around for you when you want it and even when you don't want it. So, so now let me get this down. I normally put a panel down, 4 1/4, excuse me, 4 by 5 1/4 is the panel I usually put down on the front of my card. So doing all of this directly on to the card base, this is kind of out of my realm of comfort. So, but it's fun. You know, the total card is covered now. I stamped and then punched out the shamrocks, the clovers. So I have one in Calypso Coral. I'm going with these same 3 colors, Mango Melody, Petal Pink. Now the first one to go down, I have dimensionals on that one. All 4 petals, leaves, whatever it's called, has the dimensionals. So I'm going to put this one somewhat near the top. The next one, I don't want to put dimensionals on the whole thing. Where it overlaps on the clover that's down here on the card, I don't want it to have dimensionals there, because then it would not lay flat. Also another, excuse me, another thing I've been doing is, just because I don't want the stem to be kind of poking out from these two, I've gone ahead and cut it out. The final one, I will leave the stem on, and I'll show you that. So, all right, so here we go. So I know now that I can put dimensionals on these two, a little bit of this one. So that's what I'm going to do is, I know I need to put glue, if I can get my fingers under there, here. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals now on the other 3 then instead. Okay. Because like I said, I just don't want it to overlap a layer that already is popped up with another layer that's popped up. So this is the way to do it. Put some dimensionals on. All right, so there we go. Got that side, this side glued down. Now here we come. The third one, like I said, I'm going to leave the stem on this one and figure out again where I want to put this. So, all right, dimensionals 1, 2, not on these 2. So there we go. Sometimes you just have to lay it down, figure out what it is, however it is you want to do it. Let me see, now I forget. So well, let's do this. And now get the glue on these 2. I do have a sentiment then strip that I'm going to add. So here, let me get this right there. So now I have my 3 cool colors for my shamrocks, for my clovers. Now I have this 1/2 inch strip stamped in Calypso Coral ink. I banner cut the end, and all I'm going to do is put it under where I can fit it, where there might not be many dimensionals to prevent it from slipping in there. So let me put just a little bit of glue here on the end. And now slip this right on in. Let's see, was that here? I think so, yeah. The glue that I'm putting on, honestly, you don't have to do. it's going to be, excuse me, held in place just fine with just the dimensionals. So that you could actually skip if you wanted to. Now on my card, I did put a couple of the pearls. So let's go ahead and do that. I do like the little pearls, so let me go ahead and put them down. And one more. All right. They don't take over too much, but they do add a little something. So, all right, here's my first non-traditional St. Patrick's Day card. This one is done exactly like the sample card, that Beth sent me. So let me put that to the side. Now I'm going to go here with this one, monochromatic, and here is where I pulled in then this layer of this white layer to put everything down on. So I have fresh freesia. I told you about my card base, same thing on the inside, still using the fresh freesia ink. This piece of white is also 5 1/4 by 4. This is where I'm going to attach, and now because of changing what I'm adhering my pattern paper to, this is 4 by 3. Okay, so again, the Dandy Designs. I thought that was a fun pack of paper, springy colors. There's green in it, Granny Apple green, but I'm like, you know, I'm just going to go a little rogue here and not do all of my clovers in green. All right, let's fix this. And now this can actually get put down onto my card base. Okay. And there we go. I have the pattern paper off to the right side. I do have, remind me, I will tell you a story when we come to the next card about, well, I'm just going to leave it at that. I've got a story to tell you. So, okay, one of the shamrocks, again, is going to go straight down with the dimensionals. The other two, once again, we build them up based on where it's going to lay over. Like I said, sometimes I will cut off the stems here so I don't have to worry so much about having that covered up. So here we go. So let's get some glue here. The dimensionals everywhere else. Okay. That one I got a little close. Let me see if I can peel it up and move it. There we go. And now we'll just slip this into place. And then I have the fourth one here. The fourth one? Hey, why don't we just say the third one right here? Same thing. I'm just going to put some glue on this one and then add my dimensionals. So let me get those and put the 3 of them down. So same sketch, same idea, having that bit of the pattern paper over here, but I left this side without any paper beyond the white that is here. So that is all that I did here. So a little different because of it having not the full length of the card. So let's get now my sentiment strip. This time it's again the 1/2 inch wide strip, stamped in the fresh freesia ink, the Happy St. Patrick's Day, banner cut the end, and let's tuck it in somewhere that I don't have a lot of dimensionals. And there we go. Again, let's pull out the pearls, see what we got with them. All right, let's add a few of them on here. Let's see. Sometimes I like to put them in the center of flowers, sometimes I don't. And there we go. All right, card number 2, a little monochromatic, but still fun. Still wishing someone a happy St. Patrick's Day. Now, here we go. The final card, story coming up. So, let me give you some of the details here. My card base is Pool Party. Inside, I stamped with balmy blue ink, and then Pool Party for the shamrock here. So there we go on that. And again, I have the 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of white that I'm going to adhere. And this time, again, 4 by 3, a Dandy Design paper. Okay. And instead of, I decided just to go with now 1 strip of paper on here. And I am using, again, a strip of designer series paper. So kind of changed up what was then on the other side of the main strip of, or piece of the DSP. So this one is 1 inch wide, 4 inches long. And are you ready for this? Here's my story. All right, I got this far. I went ahead and I put it down on my paper, or on my card base, had that adhered. When I went to pick it up, I realized, uh-oh, I put it on upside down. Never fear, it is gonna work going in this direction. So that's kind of the story behind how this card came about. You can keep them all going on the same, that the clovers are on the left side, you know, you do you. And this is just, see how I was gonna do it? Yeah. So this time I'm gonna have the shamrocks going on the right side. So here it is. And yeah, I got it now. Here we go, colors of the shamrocks. I finally pulled in a green. This one is the Granny Apple Green. So I like the idea of the blues and greens together on this one. So here we go. Let me snip this off like I've been. And then I am going to do one. I have one here done in Coastal Cabana. Okay. So I have my 3 dimensionals. Which way did I go? See, I need to pay attention to what I'm doing, don't I? Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, that's my story. Nothing too exciting, but I did change it up when I wasn't expecting to, and it still looks fun. So here we go. One more clover then to get on there, and let me see, where do I want to put this? How about like that? And now this one, I will go in this direction. So let's get some glue here and a few dimensionals on the other sides. So it's just a matter of setting down your clovers, figuring it out where you want to put the glue versus where you want to put the dimensionals. Okay, let me get this where I, good, okay, there we go. Again, my strip, this time I just had to because I messed up. Thank goodness I didn't already have my strip cut and ready to go, but I just had to make sure that I put the had the banner cut on the left side of the strip. So all right, let me, where am I going to slip this in? And there we go. So let's get some, this time for the embellishment, I'm using these glossy dot assortments. And boy, do I have that on crooked, don't I? I'm going to work on that. I'm not going to put on my embellishments yet in case I rip anything and need to put the embellishments on, but to cover up any of the spots that I messed up on. So, so yeah, here is the finished card. And let's bring back the other ones that we made. So that one. Here is the monochromatic one. Here is the one just like what Beth sent me. And then let me be sure and show you the one she made and sent. I really love the colors on this one. So the Evening Evergreen Calypso Coral Soft Sea Foam. I forget the name of the designer series paper that she used, but it is in the mini catalog. So that one it's not coming to my head right now on what the name of that one is. So anyway, hey guys, thank you so much for hanging in there with me, even sticking around for part 2 because I some technical difficulties earlier. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and enjoy yourselves. All right. Bye now.